If I was to think about the most important all-time innovation, I could go back to the wheel, but probably from really modern day existence, it has to be the internet.
In my opinion, it's the aeroplane, because it's like transformed the way everyone travels around the world and it connects everyone up together.
I think the greatest innovation is in healthcare around sterilisation and killing bacteria.
I think it'd have to be the World Wide Web.
I'd have to say the internet. The internet has just changed the world completely.
For me, it's a place where you can gain knowledge and knowledge can be shared.
You can literally find anything. You can do anything, you can watch any video, you can listen to any music.
I consider it to be the bicycle. The bicycle is an innovation which, in a sense, is going to resound down through the ages.
For me, it comes back to the electric light bulb. Why? It transformed how people can work in the hours of darkness, they can study, they can learn, they can run businesses in remote areas. So for me, that electric light bulb had the potential to change many people's lives for the better.
I know in the lead up to this course, you've been thinking about what might be the greatest innovation. Well, a few weeks ago, myself and the other educators got together to have exactly the same discussion.
You can take anything and go and take it backwards. So you could argue if somebody said, well, it's the internet now, and you go, but there's electricity, and if you go all the way back and you've got steam power and you've got what's actually working the steam, fire. You could actually try, take that timeline back to, well, as far as it will go.
Well, it's interesting as you look at looking at sustainability tied in with energy use and water use, and you look at all of the innovations that have happened, in the space of 30, 40 years. People, having their milk delivered every day, 7 days a week, because they don't have a fridge. And the invention of the fridge was one thing, but the actual mass market approach of white goods as an innovation, as creating a new market, leads to some really interesting time-saving opportunities. Social change is happening, so we then have to innovate and try and find out how we can reduce energy consumption.
A similar one, I think, is the washing machine. Because I did think of that, and when we talked about that, it's been just because of the massive social change that it kind of freed up women to do other things other than just kind of domestic chores.
We can't talk about innovation without talking about transport. Social mobility and access to personal transportation, the ability to be able to, as a society, to move, en masse, really.
I consider the greatest innovation to be the kettle, because I really believe in the healing properties of a cup of tea.
The ball, because everybody can join in and everyone can play with it and everyone can do something with the ball.
So I think the most single greatest innovation is the wool fibre.
I'm going to say elastane. It's the most amazing bit of technology that's been put into so many products.
To me, I think it's got to be electricity. We wouldn't have been able to communicate without electricity and develop everything globally and bring it all together.
The library was a good one. Libraries, or the notion of collecting, referencing, aggregating information, knowledge in some way, allows that to be passed to the next. You don't need to learn everything completely anew, because you've got this kind of resource to build on.
The innovation I'd like to propose as one of the greatest innovations is actually the pen. So talking about the library, actually keeping knowledge, being able to hold on to knowledge, being able to keep what you've written, that would have been a fantastic innovation.
To me, the greatest innovation is the invention of the smartphones.
I think the smartphone is an unknown entity yet, but it will definitely be seen in the future as being one of the most important innovations of all time. But I'm going to go on one that I know is proven, and that would be Stephenson's rocket. It captures so many of the things around innovation, entrepreneurialism, actually not about an inventor, about somebody that brings different technologies together, which is what semi-technology is about, but with a commercial focus.
The greatest innovation is the bra for support. Sounds stupid.